from Eternal Fire in the past couple of months to have full faith they're going to win this game and they're going to make it to the major right here, right now.
Ah, yeah, he did all the romance. Eternal Fire 2-0.
There we go. Everybody, it's time to find out who our 8th team going to Copenhagen is. And to carry us through the cast, we've got the wonderful Dinko and Moses.
I wonder if I'm the wonderful one or we're both wonderful, Jason.
We're both wonderful today.
Yeah, let's do it. We've got Eternal Fire versus BetBoom, and T-side start here for BetBoom on Mirage. I like the story that Maniac was painting. We're going to see Nafny call some crazy rushes up into Eternal Fire's face. It's going to be a wild game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience, so he can really mix it up. And also, he's no slouch as well on the opening kills. He's actually having a pretty solid tournament, all things considered. Numbers aren't great, but he's getting some impact for his team. XANTARES going to open things up. That's a great find. 2 bullets spent, 1 kill, 1 headshot. And XANTARES going to back away. And this round is still in development for BetBoom. They're not ready to pull the trigger at all, so this is just a clean opening kill for XANTARES.
Yeah, great opening kill for XANTARES. They struggled with that to an extent in this tournament so far.
Yeah, we're not getting Katowice XANTARES, are we? The XANTARES that was in Katowice just a week ago has not yet arrived to the Major. He better be, or the RMR, he better be here today.
Yeah, if they want to arrive at the Major. Now, Calyx is going to be playing short. Natus goes into the open. A couple of players spotted heading towards short position. Calyx is going to drop a little further back. In the meantime, XANTARES elsewhere, getting another kill here for Eternal Fire. And the start of this pistol is looking damn good for the Turkish squad.
Ooh.
They're getting absolutely destroyed, BetBoom. They don't get through short at all.
No, I mean, really, this pistol round didn't go anywhere. From the opening kill from XANTARES, the lurking window is neutralized by XANTARES as well for his 2nd kill, and obviously shut down entirely at the B bomb site. So just trying to get a couple pride kills here at the end of the day. And this P250 not connecting whatsoever. Eternal Fire, huge advantage, and obviously gonna close this one out pretty shortly. Nice shot onto woxic.
Yeah, just prolonged at this point. Natus had 1 bullet in his P250. When he got back to shore, was able to deliver death.
A plant would be spectacular if he's able to do it.
Would be incredible.
And he's going to the bomb site with only 1 player. If he actually finds this kill on XANTARES, ooh, that would be spicy. That could actually turn this into a round. They're all starting to converge, and there's Wicadia from Catwalk. Nice pickoff.
Yeah, Wicadia is another player that, you mentioned XANTARES not having the same kind of form as Katowice, but Wicadia hasn't been playing to the same level we've seen from him recently either.
And they're going to need them if they want to. I mean, so much is obviously made in these RMRs, and we've heard it from the other commentators in the other games, and all the tiers we've seen of people who qualify and people who fail to qualify means so much. And there's a lot of guys in this server that haven't been to Major. Wicadia has yet to beat at a Major. Obviously, he's been a revelation coming out of Turkey for this team that's helped them on this rise, but this is his first real attempt at even getting to one, and he might just be able to kind of roll clean in with his teammates.
And he really stepped up the last time these guys went up head-to-head, and that was just a few weeks ago back in Katowice. It was a 13-1 victory for Eternal Fire. The desk were touching on that on Nuke. Wicadia had a 2.0 rating, so definitely can be the bane of their existence. And in this round, it'll be woxic with an MP9. So Glocks are nice and easy to melt away. The MP9's got some money. Wox is going back in for more, and Natus is gone. So 2-0 start here.
That's exactly what you want on your offer. $6,500 in the bank for woxic after just 2 rounds of play. I would imagine he would just stay on that MP9 and have this bonus round. On the other side of things for BetBoom, it's Chiron and it's Dennis that have not yet attended a Major. Those 2 guys also trying to make their bid to be at their first Major.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a difficult task to bring some inexperienced players all the way there. And, we're looking at Nafny as someone who's on a redemption arc.
Ooh, woxic went for it. Woxic went for the op right out of the gate. All right, so they're not messing around whatsoever. They don't want to deal with bonus rounds. They just want to have the strongest buy humanly possible. And woxic going to get smoked off.
Eternal Fire going to be damn confident here, so that's why you see that ult come out straight away for woxic. Eternal Fire want to make this a clean victory today and get through BetBoom. Chiron's going through the underpass. He's already got that AK in position. No one going to be fighting him for Eternal Fire.
Well, they have mid control at the very least. Eternal Fire playing containment on mid, playing back, not challenging for the space. That's a deep smoke, and they're already past it. This is dangerous, and XANTARES has a job to do, but he knows it. He knows they're close by. Oh, that's a missed Molotov.
Still kind of works. Zorte with the headshot of Wicadia, though. That is going to take the opening kill here for Eternal Fire. Zorte makes his way through short, but the rest of his teammates stay fixated upon this A bomb site. Now, hard clear from Chiron does not get away with BetBoom. This T side are losing lives every second that ticks on. Major was the play to last frag out, and Calyx is now stepping up to that mark. Siren last alive 1v4 in front of him.
Oh,
what?
Hello.
What was that shot from woxic? He just jumps up on that default stack, insta headshot, and then drops back down.
You gotta love the Counter-Strike that Eternal Fire's opened up with. Some crispy shots from the pistol round right out of the gate from XANTARES, and now woxic is 6-1, looking pretty damn good. And he's been the one to step up in an event at this RMR where we haven't seen XANTARES, we haven't seen Wicadia as strong as they've been previously. It's been woxic to kind of pick up that slack. So great to see him early on having a couple nice kills and getting some confidence, going for some aggressive peaks. Eternal Fire looking good in the early stages.
Ooh. woxic tries to get that shot through the top smoke. And it's going to be a commitment for BetBoom straight through, and woxic did get it through the smoke in the end. And here comes the execute for BetBoom. Their goal in this round is to try and secure a bomb plan, essentially. Try and get some money out of this, but it doesn't look like that mercy is going to be given on over. There's a reality today that BetBoom just get absolutely destroyed by Eternal Fire because, you know, Eternal Fire, sure, they find themselves in this last day of their group of the RMRs trying to get through in a 2-2 game, but you look at the run that they've had throughout the RMRs, right? They faced some really tough opposition.
Yeah,
they had NIP, G2, Falcons, FaZe. These are not teams you can easily put away.
Yeah, FaZe in a series as well, which just makes it all the more difficult. Losing 0-2 in that series, a close overtime loss on Overpass. Trying to close things out and avoid that last chance qualifier, which the loser will attend. Winner goes to the Major in Copenhagen. Utility out. Missed Molotov is going to leave the window wide open for XANTARES and woxic.
And woxic, great start. It's going to be smoked out, can't stay inside the window, so he's going to change up his position and run back into jungle. Instead unleashes Wicadia, who has no rifle support with him. He'll be looking for fights up short side. Zorte scoped up in connector. No one going to be coming into that crosshair, so BetBoom have decided mid will not be the area that fights will be provided. So they go back, and they're setting up outside of the B bomb site now, leaving one player positioned top mid, that's Nafany, and the rest going towards the B side itself.
They don't have enough of a read to cheat a third player over, though. Everyone's still kind of stuck at the A bomb site. So Major, ooh, there's the spot. Nade in hand, he's going to drop it. He's got support from Catwalk.
Yeah, Nate goes in, softens up the first couple of players. Siron even takes his teammate down, Wicadia chiming in. And Wicadia is off to a flyer today. Nafany finally strikes through middle, but they really haven't got a whole lot of ground here. Zorte still stuck in the apartments. They can't get into the B bomb site. BetBoom realized this round is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I thought maybe Nafany could have opened up an
Not
escape
until
route.
this kill.
Oh, he's going to open up Catwalk.
Yeah, that's a big kill to find. Now it is reopened. Flick back to the connector. He had to win that fight against Calix. And because he doesn't, it is now the Zorte save against the 3. So a 5-0 lead straight away here for Eternal Fire on Mirage.
BetBoom's really having a tough time finding openings, finding first kills, finding a way to open up the map. Even in mid, it's being shut down constantly. There's a barrage, that trade of utility, trade of Molotovs towards top mid boxes, towards window, just to force players out. Not yet having any success with it. Everywhere they've gone, it's been Eternal Fire at the point of attack, just shutting things down.
Yeah, lots to talk about, lots to figure out, and not a whole lot of money to get a good buy here in the next round for BetBoom, so...
They just get funneled. Molotov at the end of the halls, that might have even been BetBoom's. Calix with a nice kill from Catwalk, and things are looking great for Eternal Fire. Not yet a timeout for BetBoom, though.
Yeah, not yet.
Not panicking.
Not feeling like they need it just right now, but I think if they lose the next buy, certainly going to be required.
Oh, especially because they're not even getting a whole lot of kills. They're not really limiting the economic growth of Eternal Fire's defense. Everyone on the CT
6
side,
kills total so far?
Yeah, it's not ideal. Major with 8,200, XANTARES almost at 7,000, woxic at 6,000. Things looking great for Eternal Fire in the early going.
Yeah, their money is swelled.
A execute coming in, though.
Yeah, it's going to be simple again for BetBoom.
Only one smoke, unfortunately, on Nafany.
Yeah, so you got to hope that Zorte opens up the site.
Yeah, unless he's got one dropped at his feet.
Let's see how this goes then. Zorte trying to open things up into the A bomb site. We know how sharp he can be. We know how good op can be when he's given the opportunity, and that is a difficult shot to land. He goes for it anyway, does not connect to his ticket, and now the alert system is there for Eternal Fire. They realize there's an attack towards the A bomb site. XANTARES quick to peek out, quick kill on Natus, and then gets behind cover to change his position because he knows he's got teammates inside of the site itself. And Calix was favored to win that duel, but doesn't against Siren, so it has given BetBoom somewhat of a chance, but that chance is about to be pulled cruelly from their fingers because Wicadia, he's got the flank in. The bomb dropped towards the ramp, and the op will fall with it. They line up in sandwich, and XANTARES cleans up for an Eternal Fire 6th round in a row.
That's fantastic discipline from Eternal Fire as well. Not over-peaking, knowing that flank is coming, and knowing there's still an op in play. No one swinging out wide and giving them any window of opportunity to gain space towards that A bomb site. XANTARES, that's a hard angle to manage. You can easily overswing that, but his first kill is excellent to take down a Galil, I believe it was. And here's that timeout from BetBoom.
I've been waiting on that to come through. Finally.
Just look at the even not just the kills, the damage being put out by BetBoom is nothing exciting.
Yeah, the first quarter of this game's done already and doesn't feel like it's really got going. Eternal Fire have sped on their way to 6.
Might have been half the game at this point.
Yeah. Let's wait and see what BetBoom are able to conjure. I mean, Nafany's playstyle on this team has definitely been more simplistic, and I think we've seen that even early on in some of the T-round attempts here on Mirage. Simple B hit, simple A hit. Not too much more you can really do at the moment.
I mentioned he's having a good RMR, and I say that because he's been so important to them in terms of opening kills. He actually has a crazy amount of success in opening kills at this RMR. He takes about half of the team's opening attempts, and he's won over half of them as well. So statistically, he's not crazy driving up the scoreboard, but he's finding openings for his team. Just not here right now, just not today at the moment, which is heartbreaking.
Elevation in opponent as well. BetBoom have had a bit of a rocky road here at the RMRs. They lost their opening game to Fnatic 13-6. 13-1 victory followed up against Into the Breach. 13-10 versus Enterprise, and they took a map off Na'Vi. It's a bit of a inconsistent run from BetBoom so far, and it's going to feel rough to lose Zorte this early in round 7. You've just called a timeout. You take out your star player immediately, so you're going to have to try and do it with the rifles. Got themselves in a connector and out through short. Some decent map control for BetBoom. Bomb is running all the way back through T-spawn.
Decent map control, but it was costly.
Yeah, definitely costly.
Woxic got another pick towards top mid right out of the gate. So once again, BetBoom, right out of a timeout, right out of your next strong buy, playing with a man-down situation. And again, nobody on Eternal Fire has even been touched yet. Hasn't been an opportunity to inflict damage. And even though they're kind of crunching onto this A bomb site, it's one player in different choke points.
Nafany pulls that kill back, and he's speeding up through B. Major's in position to watch the apartments leak. And that bomb is still poised for the A attack. Siren needed that one. That was such a great opportunity to get rid of Calix, but he hasn't picked it up. And now hoping that Chiron can do what he couldn't. And that's exactly what happens. Chiron's headshot removes Calix. And with 18 seconds left, BetBoom have got themselves into a round that is doable. They're still down and out. There's still a 2v3 with the bomb planted and them dropping back into post-plant positions. BetBoom can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
This is a really important kill for Siren to get, and Major's low. It should be very, very possible. Off angle being held in window room, and the CTs are just starting to creep out CT spawn as well.
Chiron's the main position here at Tetris. He's going to look to stack them up. XANTARES and woxic coming closer. Chiron's cleared. Information gathered upon the peak, and it's just Siren left alone. First headshot's good. Couldn't quite stomach XANTARES. And Eternal Fire continue this flawless run.
Yeah, the Eternal Fire engine is rolling right now. This is exactly what you want to see. woxic with 11 kills, XANTARES with 7 kills, and has not died yet. These two guys performing so well. And BetBoom just cannot get past it. At least this time they get a plant. At least there's a little bit of positivity in this round. But just getting blanked here on Mirage. BetBoom's map pick.
Yeah, it's BetBoom's map pick. You think with all the firepower they've got inside of the team, they've been at least able to go toe for toe, but Eternal Fire just dominating on that front. We know how many sick individuals Eternal Fire have inside of their squad.
Here we go again, set piece at the A bomb site, just all 5 players. This is Nafany really simplifying things, not spreading out where they're getting picked off. He's noticing that trend, so now we just settle into an execute.
Yeah, Flashes go up, XANTARES off the top of the stairway. woxic yet again gets an opening kill. Draws Eternal Fire into the advantageous position.
And look at the damage dealt. BetBoom really need to capitalize on this utility. They need to push forward. They're being harassed. Nafany's the one leading the way. He's taking the space. The rest of the defense is stuck behind smoke, so this is okay so far, but counter Molotovs are slowing things down and making BetBoom uncomfortable.
Oh, Nafany spots them out. Smoke reveals 3 players, and there's just too many targets to select. Good headshot from Siren. Needed at least that one, but these smokes have faded away, and the bomb is still not down. Important kills from BetBoom to draw this into an equilibrium once again. 3v3, the retake coming in from all of the same side, through stairs, jungle, and connector. There's no CT player. This time there's no flank. And this makes it a lot more difficult for Eternal Fire as their utility belt is drained. They only have 1 smoke left, so you can't force them out of position. You've got to go for kills. You've got to slink your way into the site. Major hits the first one off the top of Tetris, but it isn't going to be enough to close it. It has to fall to XANTARES, and he nearly flicked back. He nearly got that second player, but it's BetBoom who finally break through.
I think you just said the magic words, too. The utility just gone for Eternal Fire. They dumped a lot of nades and Molotovs during that execute while the smokes were up, while they couldn't capitalize, just to slow down BetBoom, and it worked. But unfortunately, when you get to the post plant, you're all coming from one angle, you have nothing. If you have one player in CT spawn, there was time to rotate someone through, so I think just a missed rotation on that post plant for Eternal Fire. They still lead by quite a large amount, obviously, 7-1, and still have plenty of money. Let's see if BetBoom can convert this into a little bit of a streak of rounds. Get some confidence, get some pride back, and carve them out some rounds to play with in the second half. And XANTARES feels like that was a winnable round. Very vocal after the loss. And here we go into round 9.
BetBoom have been suffering opening kills against woxic pretty much every single time. In middle, towards A. If BetBoom can just survive with 5 players from the get-go.
woxic and XANTARES are 6-0 in opening engagements that they've been in on this map so far.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy numbers. Nafany getting into middle. Chiron's already up through short. Molotov will follow. And that's going to force Wicadia further back around the corner, which gives BetBoom space to play with, in particular up towards the ladder room.
Yeah, this is really good early pressure. It's forced a lot of nades, a Molotov, now a smoke on Catwalk as well, just by Chiron getting over in towards ladder room. So already Eternal Fire's defense a little bit on the back foot.
So bomb is positioned behind those top mid boxes. Zorte is the man that possesses it. That was to fall at top mid. Would be panic stations for BetBoom to try and recover it. Nafany with a smoke thrown by his own teammate into window. Nafany can hop into the window room, but it's being watched. woxic's got it if he moves forward.
Well, he just heard the M4 spam in jungle as well. So if he makes the assumption that that's the player watching window, he's in some trouble. Now, I think he's going to wait for this B hit to come in and turn this into a flank, a lurk through the murder hole. Because as soon as there's execute, as soon as there's utility thrown towards B or any noise made, woxic is going to shift over.
Oh, Major, a common position cleared out by the molly. Good utility here for BetBoom. Throws this defense into disarray because once they can hold together, now it's separated into individual fights. woxic had to make that rotation over, and that's when Nafany has the freedom to strike, and he does exactly that. The bomb is staying committed towards B, and there's 20 seconds left. They can't go anywhere else. It has to go into the B bomb site, and you have to get rid of Wicadia, and he is standing so tall. Another headshot. Chiron finally trades it out, and with 12 seconds, you got to leap into the site with a bomb. You have to start planting, and there's just no time to do it. Nafany's stuck in murder hole, and he's running to try and die after the time or get the final kill to win the round, and the time has run out, so it's about staying up here for Nafany, and he goes down after time. Fortunately, at 2K in the bank.
I think there's a little bit of miscommunication in BetBoom during the chaos of that execute. I don't know if Nafany called him back or Chiron tried to just call an audible when they were getting stalled out, but that bomb and 2 players were committed to the B bomb site. When Nafany gets his kill, I think I saw Chiron just kind of leave Catwalk and head back towards middle as if they were going to readjust and go back towards A. So maybe in the chaos, maybe in the pressure of the situation, AMKAL really split up that attack and helped Eternal Fire shut it down with ease.
And that is an unfortunate set of circumstances for BetBoom because you get it down into a 1v1 last round, you beat XANTARES in that fight. you see it as an opportunity to start getting this T side going, and you immediately lose the follow-up round. So you're right back down to pistols.
And they've been really conservative with the timeouts. They've still only used one. So I mean, Nafany's really trying to make this work and sticking to his game plan, not needing a whole lot of input from Innershine, the coach. Hasn't yet found the solution. Turkish team at the Major. It's been such a labored story and road for this Eternal Fire team. Pretty much everyone has been in and out of this roster a couple of times. Calix has left it and come back. Major has left it and came back. woxic has left it and came back. And for a team that has so many players who have tested themselves in international lineups, for them all to come back to this Turkish team and start making it work is absolutely wonderful. And a lot of it comes down to just finding this diamond in the rough, Wicadia.
I couldn't believe it, yeah. The fact that Wicadia came into the team, because of the history of Eternal Fire, we thought it was just going to be another player inside of this team. He'd probably be kicked in a few months' time, and we wouldn't really expect the improvements of Eternal Fire, but I think his first event out really impressed everyone. And then they came back into the start of this season in Katowice, and I think they brought a level no one was ready for.
Yeah, the fact that he kept building upon it was perhaps the most surprising thing, and that really feels like, you know, they were just missing like some third star player, some third, you know, tool on the team that can actually make things happen.
And because obviously we know this team packs so much individual skill, so much mechanical skill, there was kind of a misconception at the start of Eternal Fire that it was all about just pushing, being aggressive. But when Major came into the team, we started to see them really innovate with utility. I think in particular, I loved watching Eternal Fire on Anubis. I think they came up with a lot of the early nades, a lot of the early meta, especially in some of those B executes. So it's been great to see Eternal Fire's evolution and sort of finding the balance between a structure and heavy utility, and also realizing you have sharp players like woxic and XANTARES inside of this team. And it's been really nice to see it all blend together.
Major's one of the old school guys who's a little bit of a, I say a little bit, probably a lot, of a Counter-Strike nerd.
Definitely that,
yeah.
I mean, he even, in his period of time, obviously, he played in the French scene too. After leaving Space Soldiers, he went to play with LDLC. He's been around the block and finally back to where it all started in CSGO.
Oh my God.
Straight into CS2. And we got XANTARES through middle. That's unfortunate for Zorte.
Okay, Wicadia is a little bit caught. I'll correct myself on an earlier mistake as well. That was the third time out used by BetBoom. They've now burned through all of them in regulation, so really trying to find the solution. And over in Cubby, Calix is waiting. Man, Eternal Fire.
It's easy. There's no competition right now. BetBoom are not able to go up against Eternal Fire's defense. They put up an absolute wall, and BetBoom cannot break through it. Even the round that they won was nearly a ridiculous flick transfer from XANTARES. They could have just picked that up for Eternal Fire. So it's just been too easy right now for the Turkish side of Eternal Fire. BetBoom wanting to get Mirage under their belt, obviously. Best chance to win a map in the series, and not looking too likely. No,
not at all. And this is a team, the Eternal Fire, that probably has to be confident in this matchup. You mentioned it earlier, the 13-1 victory at the Katowice play-in. That was on Nuke. But I mean, you stomp a team like that, you're going to feel real good going into the next game.
Man, if you look at the teams that Eternal Fire have played this year so far, 2-0 versus Falcons. FaZe, they lost 2-1. Na'Vi. G2, FaZe again, Falcons again. Eternal Fire are playing top-tier players consistently. They haven't had any sort of easy matchups other than some of the opening games. And this is just so ridiculous. XANTARES is just cutting through Chiron.
I feel bad because like Nafany was really looking for it. He was trying to press the issue at this connector smoke. They were trying to find an opening to even just go for an engagement and get a clean fight, and just they've just been deleted already. You can't even do anything from here. You've spent so many resources in terms that's your last smoke that's about to deploy right now. Molotov and a flashbang and a prayer.
Yeah, let's see if that works out for them. Good kill from Danis up towards Ticket. Second kill through the smoke is even better on XANTARES, and suddenly it is the Calix factor up on top of the wood. Oh, it's long, it's labored, and it's not the kill for Calix. Suddenly, BetBoom, given the worst position in the round, find themselves ahead. 3v2.
Nafany's still gonna make it
the
with
bomb carrier, and he has to win this fight, and that's exactly what'll happen. Wicadia goes down at short side, leaving Major in a 1v3. 2 players damaged up, but still a very, very difficult clutch ahead of him.
Absolutely, especially because he's not going to turn this corner with any kind of great timing to catch Nafany's movement to a new position, who's just going to be hidden underneath the balcony. Everyone from BetBoom just hiding in a corner, waiting for the tap. They're going to let Major take the first move. There's the kill on Nafany. No one pounces just yet. Smoke, and that might be his only chance.
Gets into it. Major taps, trying to pull those shots out, but no one's spamming just yet. Eventually they will, and he's brought down a second player low, but Siren needed to nail that one. A second round at the end of the half secured by BetBoom. It's a very, very strong showing from Eternal Fire.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful half, but good on BetBoom to at least claw back that final round. Just in a 3v5 and making it work. Good shooting from Natus. And now we're going to switch sides and see what Eternal Fire can bring out on the T side of Mirage, how prepared they are for the map. Very vocal on the BetBoom side, getting each other on the same page. Probably going over the pistol round they decided to run. Everyone looking to Nafany for the answers.
This was the recovery of the round here. It was about to be an 11-1 half in favor of Eternal Fire if Natus from the bottom of the stairway didn't get that second kill on XANTARES.
All-important pistol round to decide if this map is just over or if we're going to have a battle on our hands, a little bit of a scrap for a comeback. All 5 players for Eternal Fire at this A-bomb site. Ready and waiting. 2 sets of utility, 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs. P250 on woxic as well.
Jumping out, it's Zorte with the headshot. Straight away, second is cleaner. And oh my god, Zorte, that's exactly what BetBoom ordered. He's not missing out on anything. All the trimming. Zorte running out of bullets now, but he's definitely had the effect of the round on him already. Calyx pulling it back, though, straight away off the top of Tetris. It's only Calyx, though, and Natus comes in to clean up, and Zorte with some clean headshots on that ramp push.
That's a nice little flex from Zorte as well. Just kind of gets that first kill, and then he's just standing out in the open, taking every single fight. The Palace player comes out first and just gets picked out of the sky, so nothing to distract BetBoom's defense from looking towards ramp. After this, it's just chest out headshots. Major goes down next, and XANTARES can't connect a second bullet. So, BetBoom lived to fight on. No plant, not even close to the bomb site. Eternal Fire going to stand no armored Glocks.
Yeah, this round's going to be a cleanup for BetBoom.
And I mean, we talk so much about the Eternal Fire angle of making the major, but also for BetBoom and for Nafany, he's going to turn the corner. There's going to be plenty of people waiting for him. Yeah, peace. Speaking of Nafany,
dead now, of course.
This is a little bit of a, him trying to make the major now after his struggles and failures with Cloud9 and Gambit before that, coming out of the online era. Really disillusioned with his leadership, it seems, and a lot of question marks there. And he's trying to take a team of doesn't have quite the same talent that he did on Gambit and Cloud9, and
Definitely
still trying to make this team, drag this team into a major.
Yeah, that would be great for Nafany, just for his own self-belief too. He can do it with a new project. He's capable of bringing players all the way again. But
they're going to try and fake this, but it's going to get shut down entirely. This is meant to pull some people over to the B bomb site so the bomb can hop out Palace, and already Natus has just said, nah, that's it. Call him back. Zorte's ready and waiting. Bomb ain't even going to have access. They know it's there. Major with one more kill, which is nice.
It's hard to see them getting away with it if Major doesn't get a kill quickly onto short. This M4 is the key to unlock the rest of the round here with 20 seconds remaining. Bomb is coming back over towards A ramp. XANTARES is the man carrying it. 15 seconds left. Siren still inside of the bomb site. Major now coming up through connector. Such limited time. They're going to be so effective in getting these kills. And Major, he locks it in. And they know exactly where Siren is, but XANTARES cannot make it work. That would have been ridiculous. The fact that they could have got that into a 1v1 fight with the bomb down, but BetBoom will withstand.
XANTARES was holding on as long as possible for bursting into a sprint to just spray down that player in the bomb site. Knew exactly where he was, but wanted to get a couple steps closer. Good peek from Siren to make sure that he didn't have the advantage in that swinging fight with the SMG. Still, good damage done for a round with no utility, no upgraded pistols, just Glocks. You get 3 kills. Flirt with a bomb plant, you'll take that.
Yeah, now look at the buy. AK-47s that come out, so that was a full eco intended to save enough money to get the AK-47s out in round 15. BetBoom sustained a lot of damage, so they've gone into a purchase right away. It's not much of a bonus, it's all in. And Zorte going for the mid-fight early doors. He's unable to get the opportunity to crack open play.
And that damage in the last round from Eternal Fire can change the nature of the way BetBoom play this, right? Because at a certain point, you get broken if you lose all your weapons and lose this round if you're BetBoom. So at a certain point, if they get into a bomb site, there might be a save call. BetBoom has to consider the option of saving an AWP in a certain situation, not going for a retake because they don't have the money to take that risk quite yet. And that's heartbreaking when Eternal Fire is just 3 rounds away from taking map 1.
XANTARES taken down through the smoke. What a big player to remove early doors. If you're BetBoom, you're loving that fact. The XANTARES is dead right away. Chiron, oh, it's a crazy play from Chiron, and that's given a chance for woxic to make his way through short. So now this attack from Eternal Fire can be two-pronged. They come through apartments, charge through short, rotations coming in, and the rotation is getting destroyed. Wicadia doubles up, Siren on the other side of the map, and Eternal Fire, when they're given a second, when they're just given a moment in the round, they take it all the way.
And Zorte just, I don't think decision was made to save quick enough for Zorte to get out. He was so committed to that peak. I think he wanted to take one shot, and if he didn't hit it, he's gonna back off. But all of a sudden, that's ripped out of their hands too, so it's a disaster, a complete disaster, and that's a 4v5 conversion for Eternal Fire. XANTARES taken out through the smoke early, and Eternal Fire still break into the bomb site. Good entrance from woxic, who's still putting together a complete map, 19-6.
Just the last series, we were talking about the celebration of another national squad making it through. It was the first time that a Portuguese team, full Portuguese team, has made it into a major. We've only had Fox there before. Now you see Saw actually finally get through. And for Turkey, getting this team into the major again is massive because you missed out on the last 2 majors of having representation of Eternal Fire. Sure, you've had it throughout majors before. The first time is Boston in 2018 when we've seen the Space Soldiers go there. I think they had to play a hard style at that tournament, unfortunately, with some visa issues. But that was the sort of first time we got to see them there. And you never really thought they were a team that were going to do a whole lot of damage and go deep. But this team now, this is a scary roster that can definitely take some big names.
I mean, Turkish Counter-Strike for the longest time struggled to get past the reputation of just being like a best-of-1 upset team. That's kind of where they've been stuck at over the years. This is the first lineup, as you mentioned, that can actually be dangerous in a series. Ooh. Down 2 early.
Yeah, that's a real rough start here for Eternal Fire, but fantastic for BetBoom. I mean, in fact, you have weaker weapons here, and you're able to walk away with an 8K. You're able to steal it away.
This can still be recovered, but certainly Eternal Fire are going to have to struggle through this one. This will be a deep sigh of relief if you're able to win it out. BetBoom providing plenty of resistance despite being so far down on the scoreboard. Not giving up just yet. Smoke thrown out towards Connector is going to give away the game that there's catwalk presence.
XANTARES slipping his way down towards bottom connector. Oh my god! What can you even do about that if you're Nafany? But he offers his life up immediately as an apology. That's so crazy.
When you jump like that and you're like, oh god,
There's a boost.
I want to get off this ride.
Yeah, I want to get off it right away. Zorte Underwood gets cleared by Calix. Important timing to go the way of Eternal Fire. You mentioned just moments ago this is recoverable. Now it certainly is.
Yeah, but Calix has got to hold on to this bomb site by himself for so long.
Flash goes over as well. Danis, he's held back because he doesn't want to swing alone. He knows he's got his teammate beside him quite quickly. And there's not really a comfortable spot to plant because Eternal Fire don't have a smoke. And just like that, they line up for Danis. The round ends so quickly. We're starting to build up a way back in for Eternal Fire. Then one peek from CT ends it all.
Yeah, it was such a desperate situation. That was always going to be a tough ask for Calix. Smiles coming out for BetBoom now. For the first time, it feels like this entire map. They finally got some things to be happy about. That's a good rebuttal. So send them the message. Letting Eternal Fire know it's not just going to be a cakewalk. They're here to play on this CT side. Still a long way off. But you're making Eternal Fire a little bit nervous now.
Yeah, you're forcing the timeouts in. That's a frustrating round to lose. But BetBoom have had a couple of opportunities in the first half, another second to really get going and build a scoreline up. They've got to take this one. If they once again concede, this map might just run away from them.
It's a good calculated risk as well from Danis to just push up after getting the opening pick. You won't expect when they get that kill, you expect that player to fall back. You don't expect someone else to continue being aggressive. And the MP9 catches him off guard. A little bit of a fist bump after a double kill, and here we go.
Danis has been playing very well in the game. It's going to be very high pressure for him, high stakes, 13 and 12.
Which is great, because he hasn't had the best tournament. I think he's probably feeling like he's been playing a little bit lackluster through some of the early games to be in this position, and it's nice seeing him step up here on a deciding match.
So BetBoom have 3 players positioned outside of ramp, 2 through the underpass, setting up a potential A split. plenty of time to get in position to do so. But it's not going to be simple. You're going to have to walk into a lot of obstacles.
Hard part is the Tech 9 and Mac 10, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're going to have to good time with the player on catwalk, you know, assuming that nobody goes too crazy and jumps down on him. Plenty of mid presence to hold this back, and the first kill is easy.
This connector setup is not going to be easy to break through. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's impossible to break through right now. So you've got to focus on the ramp play instead if you're Eternal Fire. This is where your success is going to come from, if there is any success. Major's managed to get through Calm, but there's too many players watching it, so you can't get past the eyes of Zorte. They're always watching. They're always in his sight. And Calix having to rattle away the Galil. It's 2, but he's down. And BetBoom, they're able to put a couple together.
That's a half investment that still allows Eternal Fire to buy, so no big deal there. They don't eat into their economy too much. It'll be a full buy in this round. BetBoom coming back. 6-11 now.
If you can start getting Zorte's op to take over the server on the CT side, yeah, that's a player that can turn the tides.
If he can match what woxic was doing in the first half with that kind of impact, a couple opening kills here and there, good shots on executions, taking players down before they can make it into the bomb site, things get interesting.
Utility's making it uncomfortable at the moment for Zorte, but he wants to hang around. He probably feels that too. He probably feels like he has to take matters into his own hands. Major going down in underpass is certainly the start that BetBoom would have been looking for, but what can XANTARES see that I can't? The Terminator's got some upgrades, and straight through the smoke, he takes a headshot. Wicadia nearly gets a double transfer on the van. Very fortunate for BetBoom to be able to keep these numbers even.
Yeah, this is great though for Eternal Fire. You now get over a minute to play in a 3-on-3, and you know that's going to spread the defense out. You know they've got to keep track of 2 bomb sites in the middle of the map, so if you can work yourself into a position where all 3 of you attack 1 point, which looks like it'll be the B bomb site, but woxic might have to pause and wait.
He's definitely going to have to pause here. Smoke's up deep in the apartments. You've got so many angles you got to clear now as well.
It's a big ask for Nafany, especially because his support is all the way over towards Ticket.
And he's low. He's very low here, so instant body shots, and he's out of there. XANTARES breaks open that B bomb site. Now decisions for BetBoom.
And again, this comes back. I think they have to save this. I don't know if they can go for this. Siren still hasn't moved. I think they're waiting to see if there was going to be a fake, if the bomb was going to hop out of Palace. And for the moment, they're investigating the opportunity. So if Zorte doesn't get a kill, they're going to have to make this decision.
It's always tough to concede map point. You never really want to have to do it. So Zorte is going to see if there's a mistake, if there's a chance, and there's no kills coming his way. Eternal Fire playing very disciplined here, and they've left no option on the table. BetBoom have to save. They have to fall back. Their chances will come in the later round, but for Eternal Fire, it's map point to Mirage.
6 map points that they'll get to play with. And another 4v5 recovered as Major went down first to Zorte's op. But trades across the map, XANTARES especially through smoke, makes things work.
Could have been even easier for them because it looked like Wicadia caught a couple of the BetBoom players sleeping on the B side when they're fumbling position on top of the van.
I think the rotation was for Nafany and both them to jump up and execute another one of those pushes to try and shrink the map. So Wicadia kind of put a stop to that and forced Nafany to park himself at the B bomb site after the fact.
12-6 now, Eternal Fire, as you mentioned, 6th chances to close it here in regulation. BetBoom come to the party with a decent enough buy. FaMaS on 2 players. M4s and an AWP again for Zorte. And even despite getting the opening kill from Zorte, it wasn't enough to keep them competitive throughout the round. And he smoked out at window. Will not be finding his opening kill there. Nafany goes to clear underpass. He's about to have a duel against Major. This in-game leader fight will not happen because Nafany realized he's got to get away. Zorte desperately hanging around. Nafany goes back for a double dip, and he gets punished.
Nice attempt, smoke to cover as well. Just missed all the shots, unfortunately.
Yeah, a utility coming in now too for Eternal Fire, but important kills coming in from the side of BetBoom. Tyron, he misses that. Zorte has to step up in his stead. And the Tech 9 rattles through middle. Wicadia gets into sandwich. Flash going up, last-ditch effort here for Eternal Fire. The flash actually connects onto woxic. He's very lucky to drop off those stairs and still stand, and my God, how has Wicadia hit that headshot? A slither gap through jungle. Siren had every advantage needed, and they run away. Eternal Fire take one look at the clock and see enough time to run back through T-spawn to get back to that B-bomb site.
This is really risky, though. This is a long rotation. Remember, they have an AWP as well, and you can see on the minimap, Zorte hustling over. Oh no, he's gonna go back to Ticket.
Woxic's got the bomb and he's separated away from his teammate. If they stay together, potentially a chance to walk to B. There's trade potential there, but with the bomb down, you've just cost yourself the round.
I'm really confused by that. I don't know why they would have split up. I can't even think of a logical reason unless misunderstanding between the two of where they were headed, but that's a massive mistake in a round where it seemed like you might be building towards something.
Yeah, that felt like you had opened up the B side completely. A can of worms would have been open. It surely would have come down to a retake.
You left it up to a coin flip of whether the op was going to be in market or not, and that was the big thing. But yeah, a little bit of a left turn from woxic, and here we are. Second timeout used by Eternal Fire. Still 5 chances to close out this map. No cause for stress just yet. But this is 2 opportunities. Remember, they lost to a saved weapon and a low buy previously in this half.
And this wasn't the best buy either.
No, they've lost a couple ones where they probably could have closed things out. Plenty of chances remaining.
Plenty of chances remaining for BetBoom to come back into this as well. This is going to be one of the easier ones because Eternal Fire's money is not well built up. We'll have a hero AK-47. The rest will likely be on Tech 9s. So we're looking at 7.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a powerful shot. That's the confusion. That's the crazy one from woxic.
Yeah, got to see it again. Yeah, it's going to be frustrating there for Eternal Fire to drop that, but like you said, they'll just shake it off, realize, okay, we have a chance here with XANTARES and an AK-47. When you give him the hero AK, there's always a chance for Eternal Fire to win a round like this. Or at least inflict a lot of economic damage onto BetBoom.
They want to look for another piece of Nafany aggression.
They might get it too. It's not the best weapon for this kind of range though, but because there's 2 players, one of them with an AK-47, Nafany's dead.
That might be Nafany trying to do a little bit too much, especially considering he just did that in the previous round as well.
Very predictable.
I think he's done it about 3 times in this half already.
So a tendency punished by Eternal Fire, they read it. And when you're looking for an opening kill, you do kind of go through the checklist of what have they been doing? Is there any CT aggression that maybe we could set up for?
Yeah, but look at the way BetBoom have loved to execute this push. This is the second time we've really seen them pull it off to this extent. Maybe the 3rd time we've seen them try and pull it off.
Look at the problem though, Jason. There's no one on the A-bomb site actually inside of the site, and the rotation is so far away.
It's okay. You have to go a little bit passive at A if you're letting the aggression, the play be made on the other side of the map, especially being in a man-down scenario. So you still have advantage of weaponry.
Utility.
And the second player is going to be shifting over. They haven't pulled the trigger just yet, so you have Chiron here as well.
Yeah, that push has got all the information required to actually allow this rotation to come in. So the worst case scenario is no longer available, but it could get pretty rough for them. XANTARES again with a headshot on that hero AK-47. That flank can't come fast enough. Chiron defense from Ticket Box, and the flank is done by Danis. He's worried about Palace.
Footsteps,
and now the steps being made. Calix is completely ready for this now. The Deagle waiting to unleash hell upon Danis' flank, but Zorte comes to check it. He draws that attention away. The flank is now activated once more, and XANTARES is trying to separate these fights. Big headshot on ramp. Now they've got a flank. woxic's coming around CT, but it's not even needed. XANTARES with the most filthy mechanical skill you'll ever see. And Zorte now left in a 1v1. Smoke deployed onto that defuse, and he's going to hold it. He's going to stick it all the way through. woxic hits the shot, and it's closed just like that. Eternal Fire have ridiculous amounts of firepower.
We wanted to see the big badass XANTARES in this match, and we got it on the hero AK-47 in that last round. Carries him over the finish line throughout the struggles. A beautiful map from Eternal Fire, and they are 1 map close.